In Korea, we have a phrase, don't drop snot in the finished soup. It means don't ruin something that you put so much effort into with a small careless error at the end. You work so hard in the gym to go from this to this, but then you end up losing all your gains by making the simplest errors. Let's go through them so you can avoid dropping your snot in the finished soup. A portion of this video is sponsored by Manta Sleep. More on them later. The first way people absolutely ruin their gains is by overtraining and lack of rest. So most people, when they first start, they have excess enthusiasm, so they go 5-6 times a week and train 2 hours because they think no pain no gain, more is better. This whole fitness industry mindset. You need to let your muscles rest. That's when they recover and become bigger. But it's not just your muscle, your mind has to recover. If you're pushing heavy weight in the gym where you're really stressing your body enough to make progress, your central nervous system needs time to reset so that it can push for that maximum strength gain again. Most people are better off training 3 to 4 times a week and really rest on the rest days, because again, you're not just focused on physical recovery, you're focused on mental recovery. If you don't take care of your mental energy, that's when you burn out and say, what's the point of all this? And then you give up the gym for like 2 months, 3 months at a time. Next, constantly be stressed all the time. If you look at the guidelines for the worst diseases in the world, cancer, diabetes, obesity, depression, it will always say reduce stress. And nowadays people are becoming aware of the fact that stress is not just some random side effect. It's actually at the root cause of a lot of the diseases and health problems that we have, because it spikes cortisol, spikes blood sugar, causes inflammation. It also reduces our immune system's ability to fight different pathogens, different diseases that attack us, and if anything, it also reduces our testosterone, which is very important for building muscle. Now you might say, isn't gym workout supposed to be stressful as well? In some sense, yes, you stress the muscle so that the muscle has enough incentive to grow. But if you overdo it, like you do with overtraining or with your lifestyle and life situation, you're chronically stressed. This is when your immune system tanks, you start to catch infections, you start to skip gym for days, your testosterone tanks. So however hard you train, you can't put on muscle. So try to be low stress as possible. Now you might be like, how can I do that? I got a busy ass life, I got a family to feed, I got my assignments coming up. My best advice is to go on long walks and meditate. Meditation is the fastest way to reduce stress. Now, a lot of you might fall asleep when you try to meditate. So in that case, the next best way to reduce your stress is sleep. And that leads us to the next main way to lose your gains, is to get bad sleep. If stress is the thing that makes everything worse, sleep is the thing that makes everything better. When you sleep, you actually recover your CNS that we talked about, your mental energy, your physical recovery, all of that's happening while you're sleeping. I've been so obsessed with sleep recently that I got all kinds of gadgets and things, special mattresses, special sleep trackers. But the one thing that's actually made a massive difference to my sleep has been this. And this is the time to introduce the sponsor of today's video, which is Manta Sleep. Now, if you've been following this channel, you know I haven't really done any sponsorships because I don't really want to build a reputation for just taking like sponsorships when I don't believe in it. And as you can see, I'm not sure if you can see, this has been so used. I've used the hell out of it for the last 3 to 4 months. With every sleep mask that I used to wear, I never could keep them on because it was so uncomfortable on my eyes. It was like having some stuff pushing down on my eye, and I'd always take it off. But with Manta Sleep, you got these like little holes inside the eye cap, which is also adjustable, like you can move it around, and so you can make it perfect for your face. So I would do this to basically get blackout curtains, even without blackout curtains. Now mind you, I do actually have blackout curtains in my room, but there were times, bit of oversharing here, where I had to sleep over at hospital. All the lights are always on in the hospital, so this was a game changer, life savior for me. And in many other instances when I would travel, I actually always take this now, and it's become something that I use, which is why I'm talking about it for so long, even though they only asked me to talk about it for 30 seconds. So if you're into improving your sleep, I actually highly recommend Manta Sleep, and you can get a discount, 10% discount using the code Wanhee using the link below. It's probably the most cost-effective way to improve your sleep, which is again the great equalizer. It's gonna make you build muscle better, lose fat better, restore your motivation better, have low stress. It's gonna do everything that you want on this fitness journey. So make sure, even if you don't get it, just focus on getting good sleep. Next, low protein. A lot of people work hard so much in the gym, but then they're only getting 70% of what they could get from that workout because they're not having enough protein. You know me as the guy that doesn't obsess about protein, that has a very flexible attitude, but I also stand by science. You know, protein is the ingredient by which we build muscle, right? So you need to get more protein than not, if possible. Of course, don't sacrifice your life, don't start to break social relationships because of protein, but for most of you, it's just generally healthier to have a higher protein ratio in your diet. How do you do that? By front loading it as much as possible. Like, I like to have one large chicken breast air fried with my lunch. That already is like 31 grams, 40 grams. So if I have it with some eggs and some rice and some Korean soup with some meat in it, already I'm at 60, 70 grams of protein for my first meal of the day. Then for dinner, I might have steak, I might have another chicken breast, I might have a Korean barbecue, which is also more protein. So I try to have protein with every meal. Do I freak out when I don't? No, but again, getting enough protein is important. Now, for most people, if you can get a protein shake that is healthy, that you enjoy, this is going to be a very good option for you. But if you don't get enough protein chronically, then you're almost just wasting 30 to 50% of the work you're doing in the gym. Next, lack of consistency. So many people do well for the first 2 months. If you actually signed up to any gym for a year, you will know exactly what I'm talking about. My fitness gym, there are people that I see all the time, and it's been a year. There's about 3 or 4 guys that have been there with me for this past year that I've been a part of it. And in the jiu-jitsu gym, it's the same. It's about 6, 7 people. Other people have come like way more than me at the beginning and disappeared, or they come like so many times for like January to March, they disappear, and then they come back again in September for a couple of months. If you've been consistent with something for like 2 years in a public gym or whatever, you'll know what I'm talking about. There are people that are consistent, and those are the people that make changes. Do not fall into this habit. My parents also fall into this habit. They started working out. They started going every day. I literally told my mom, I was like, don't do that. I literally teach this stuff on the internet, mom. Don't do that every day. Just go 3 times a week. She's like, no, if I go 3 times a week, I'm gonna not go. I'm like, no, if you go every day, you're not gonna go. Just go 3 times a week. She started going every day. I don't know the last time she went. Now it's been 2 weeks. I haven't seen her go. So listen, take my advice for it. Curb that enthusiasm at the beginning. Build a minimalist workout system that you can stick to. Links down below for free workout routines and a free community where you can get all of that. That's the way you can stay consistent over the long run to not lose your gains, because if you're not consistent, you lose your gains in those 3 months that you're away. Next, long-term injury. The times where I've been the most depressed, the times where I've lost the most gains and strength has been, without a doubt, the times when I've been injured. My lower back, my shoulder, it's been the worst periods both mentally and physically. You gain fat, it's difficult to just stay motivated. So avoid injuries like the plague. How do you avoid injury? The most important thing is to leave ego outside of the gym. Focus on form. Don't try to lift heavier than your friend. Don't try to prove to yourself that you can go heavier all the time and then get injured, because then you lose 3 weeks, then you lose 2 months. Start valuing things like mobility, flexibility, and movement. Look into things like yoga, animal flow, primal movement, things where you just move your body in more flexible ways, and that's another way to reduce injury. Be smart about it and think long term, because if you try to prove to yourself or to your friends and then get injured, that's literally the worst 3 months for your fitness journey. Next is to just get chronically low testosterone. Testosterone helps you build muscle. If you've got really low testosterone, then you could be doing the same workout as the next guy who has good testosterone and free testosterone, and the guy is going to make amazing gains. You're going to be sat there with no gains. You're going to be wondering, why the hell? I tried just as hard as him. I'm not getting any gains. Let me give up now. How do I not get low testosterone? You just need to create the conditions for testosterone production in your body. How do you do that? By doing all the things we just talked about. Having a consistent workout routine, not getting super high stressed, and sleeping well, and eating healthy, and eating enough fats and proteins rather than too much carbs, having some cholesterol and vitamin D and sunlight. This is the bedrock of having good testosterone. The opposite of that is the way to get low testosterone, which is to watch porn all the time, masturbate all the time, be chronically stressed, get bad sleep, go out partying all the time, drinking and smoking all the time. That's how you get low testosterone. So that's a way to lose your gains. Don't do any of that. Next is to have really high body fat. There's 2 ways this makes you lose gains. In the sense that even if you have gains, we can't see them because you have super high body fat. So that's kind of like losing all your gains, right? You work so hard to look good and then it's covered by all this fat. You've lost all your gains in the appearance side of things. The next way is higher body fat actually leads to lower testosterone, which again doesn't help you build muscle. So it's best to drop to a lower body fat. Now, once you get to about 12 to 15% body fat, this is sweet spot. It's healthy, good for testosterone. Now you start getting to 10%, 9%, 8%. Again, what are you doing? You're stressed. Your body's stressed from being so low body fat. Your body's stressed from starving all the time. You get low testosterone again when you go that low. So don't be fooled into thinking the lower the body fat, the better. Once you hit that sweet spot about, let's say, you know, sometimes 10% around summer, but most of the year around 12 to 15%, that's your sweet spot to not lose your gains. But if you wanted to lose all your gains, if you're watching this to lose all your gains, then make sure you get super high body fat. Hope this video helped you. Realize that all these tips are done so that you do the reverse opposite of what I said. So do that, and I'll see you next week. Bye bye.